to start off with a little bit of a community update in terms of what's happening locally and what we've been up to. So this is divided up into 3 parts. I'm going to talk about a little bit of progress that's been going on behind the scenes, a little bit of an update on the Montreal Elixir website, and then we're going to talk about a few goals that we've got set out for the next month. So, what has been happening over the next month? Well, apparently we're growing. In April, we had 57 members on meetup.com. We had 26 RSVPs. Unfortunately, we can only accommodate those 14 of those last month. But May is looking pretty interesting. We've hit that 100 member mark on meetup.com, which is pretty cool. We had 57 RSVPs. Yeah, it looks like we had a few no-shows, but I guess that's expected. But it's great to see this amount of interest in Elixir. So that's pretty fun. One of the other things that's been going on is that we're actually recording these videos, recording these presentations. You can see Hugo at the back there being very busy with the camera. and so we're recording these and we're posting these up online. So last week our YouTube account was looking last month our YouTube account was looking a little bare bones. But now we've actually got some videos up there, and they're all the videos from the meetup last month. So that's going on, and the idea here is to build a great sort of homegrown collection of learning resources. And Hugo did all the production on those. So if you could give him a quick hand for spending the time doing that. Thank you, Hugo. All right, so what else is happening? Okay, so as I mentioned, we have these presentations online. Last month we had a presentation on Elixir collections, also OTP and testing strategies, and I did a little bit of a spiel on building the Montreal Elixir community. And that's might be worthwhile watching, and that'll give you an idea of how we see the community growing here in Montreal. One of the things we did was set out a little bit of a challenge, and that was the idea of doing an Elixir bridge, and that's in the vein of Railsbridge. If you're not familiar with that, check it out the video. We'll give you a little bit more information on that. But this is sort of a bit of a challenge for us to host an Elixir bridge type event within 2017. So what we're hoping is that someone might be interested in spearheading this and driving this. We're here to help make that happen, but we'd love for someone to drive that. The other fun thing of this month and going forward is that we have a home. Thank you to Shopify. So this will be a regular venue for us. So if you're wondering where to come next month, you found it, that's good. And I would also like to thank Charles Barbier for organising this. Where's Charles? Give us a wave. We can give him a quick hand, yes. Thank you. So so this wouldn't have happened without Charles's help, so we're definitely appreciative of that. And we also have a Montreal Elixir channel set up now on Slack, and that's hosted on Elixir's official Slack domain. And Adrian got that all up and running for us. Where's Adrian? Ah, there we go. So we can give him a quick hand for that. So if you want a channel there where you can ask local developers questions or share information and that type of thing, that's a great place to go to. All right, well, what else? So we have a sponsor guide now in the playbook, and if you're not familiar with the playbook, it's a set of guides set up on our GitHub repo under the Montreal Elixir organization. We have a bunch of different guides there in terms of presenting and that type of thing. So one of the things in terms of encouraging companies to sponsor the event, we wanted to sort of set out some clear expectations in terms of what a sponsor would be getting and how we would be presenting them. So that's online to check out as well. And we have a website. It's a little bare bones right now. We'll check that out there. I mean, isn't that a work of beauty? It's just lovely. But that's okay. So we didn't have this last month. We didn't have it last week either. So this is good. So that really leads me into the next section in talking about this website. So, all right. So as you could probably tell, this is a pretty static website right now, but it is a Phoenix 1.3 umbrella application. It's deployed on Heroku. We have a public repo for it, and I tried to actually do some clean commits with a bit of an explanation in terms of getting this deployed to Heroku. So if you want a good example of all the different things that you need to get an umbrella Phoenix application up on Heroku, this is actually worth checking out. I think, I'd hope so. And the sort of whole purpose of this site is to have a bit of a communication tool to really act as a hub to the other online properties that we have, such as Twitter and Meetup.com, but also to give a bit of a hands-on opportunity for people to actually start working with Elixir and Phoenix. Last meetup, I talked about sort of the idea that meetups are great for, well, certainly meeting like-minded developers, but also for, it's great from a presentation point of view to share information. But, that can be a little bit of a passive activity, and sometimes it's actually nice to, get your hands onto the keyboard and do things. So the website provides this opportunity, and we have a sort of an idea of how we envision this website to be heading. So, the idea for this website is that it's just going to become a hub, and it's going to aggregate information from the various properties that we have, such as Twitter, Meetup.com, YouTube, etc. So we won't be hosting content on here, but we'll be aggregating it and presenting that content from other sources. And there's some interesting opportunities here in that, for example, Meetup.com, there is actually no Elixir Hex package, as far as I can tell, for that. So there's some interesting sub-projects there where you could actually go ahead and create a package for Meetup.com. So that's kind of fun, I think. But there's a little bit of a problem. Right now, there's not really a clear roadmap on the GitHub repo for the website. So that really ties into our sort of next part, is the goals for next month. So our first goal is to really set up the website repo on GitHub so it's great for onboarding contributors. So our goal there is to have a roadmap, a vision in terms of how we see this thing working, and also start creating some issues for people to pick up and to start contributing. I don't expect this to be a sort of a large, huge, mammoth thing. It probably shouldn't be, but it'd be a nice thing for people to start contributing to. The second thing that we're up to is that we want to create a playbook guide for the video production side of what we're doing. We would really like for someone to, if you're interested in video production or you have an hour to spare and you want another way to contribute to the community, we're going to set it up so it's going to be really easy and straightforward to do this. And so this video production is the recordings of these presentations and doing the production in terms of combining the slides, doing a few transitions, and getting them up on YouTube. So we're going to create a guide for that, and by the next meetup, we'll be ready for someone to take that on if you're interested in doing that, and that would be a great help. Finally, if you would like to sponsor June, we're looking for someone to sponsor drinks and pizza next month. So if you have a company that maybe is using Elixir, or you're just a company and you want to help us out, that would be amazing. Like I said, there's a sponsorship guide online on the playbook on GitHub that clearly outlines our commitments to our sponsors, so we're very serious about treating them well. And finally, if you would like to present in June, we're looking for presenters. We have a presentation guide in our playbook. In that playbook, we have suggested topics, we have suggested formats and timing, and also we're happy to help. There's an example, Hugo and I, if you want to do a little bit of a dry rehearsal, please come up to our office at Civil Code, and we're happy to help out. If you want a little bit of feedback, we're here to do that as well. That's all I have for tonight before we get into the presentations, but I'm happy to take any questions before getting into the presentations.